Hi everyone. This video is to just give you a little bit more insight into completing tax returns and even more specifically, maybe completing your own tax return. Okay, so we are on the CRA website, as you can see, and we want to go down to income tax and we want to go to personal income tax. And let's have a look here at due dates and payment dates. Okay, so there's one thing that's a little bit different this year, and that is the deadline to contribute to an RRSP, PRPP, which is a pooled registered pension plan, or an SPP. The reason it's February 29th is because it's a leap year. So for 3 years, it would be March 1st, and then for 1 year, which happens to be in 2024, it is February 29th. So what that means is that up until February 29th, 2024, you can contribute to your own RRSP, or any taxpayer can contribute to their own or their spousal RRSP, of course, if there's room. Up until February 29th, and that relates to the 2023 taxes. So what will happen is actually most times when you're completing someone's tax returns and they have contributions to an RRSP, you will get two different slips actually, and what it is from March 2nd, or the March contributions after the 1st, except again, of course, because of this year, which is the 29th, up until the end of the year, so up until December 31st, and then you'll get another slip saying what contributions they made at the beginning of the next tax year, which will relate back to the 2023 taxes. Okay, and then the deadline to file personal taxes is April 30th. And then deadline to file your taxes if you or your spouse or common law partner are self-employed. And that gives you up until June 15th. Okay, and then payment of any taxes. So deadline for payment of any taxes that are owed. So this is one reason maybe you want to make sure that your tax return is done prior to April 30th, just in case there is taxes that are owed. You want to make sure that they do get submitted to the government by April 30th. So a lot of times it has to be paid a couple of days beforehand. So especially if it's like an e-transfer or such, or even a payment through your bank account, because it, as you know, or I think you'd know, it takes a couple of days for it to transfer and show up on the payee's bank account. Okay, let's see what else we can talk about here. Okay, so again, we are back to the income tax page. We're going to click on personal income tax and have a look here at getting ready to do your taxes. So if you scroll down, again, you can learn anything that's new, the dates that are relevant, know what to report and claim, keep your CRA information up to date, and again, you can do that through your My CRA account. Again, as well, a lot of your tax slips will be in your My CRA account. And if you're using a computerized tax system, you can actually auto load those items into your actual tax software. Okay, so ways to do your taxes. Okay, so there are different options that you can use. Electronic tax software, some of it is free. We'll click on that in a minute. You could actually go to an authorized individual, a CPA office. You could go to different organizations that do it privately. There's H&R Block. There's a few other ones around. But there's also, and I've mentioned this before, I think, free tax clinics, especially if you are of modest income and that you have a relatively simple tax situation. A lot of these organizations, though, are very familiar with individuals that are new to Canada. So you'd be able to go and they would be able to help you with your taxes as well. So if you click on the free clinic, you can find, to find a clinic, please check our directory. Again, we used to do it at NSCC prior to COVID, but it just I just didn't get it set up again after COVID. So clinic type, and then the province, Nova Scotia, the city. That doesn't look like Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia, city, Kentville, and I don't see New Minas there, so let's stick with Kentville. Current year only, and let's say language is English, and then search. Okay, so there is a clinic at the soup kitchen. There's usually one down at the church on Belcher Street as well. Maybe I'll have a look and see if that clinic is actually running this year. They may just not have set themselves up yet. Okay, so back to this screen here, and we'll have a look at the certified tax software. Find tax software with free offerings. Find a free or pay what you want software. So there are different options. So the free paid software, as you can see here, certified tax years. Interesting. They have not so what's going on here is they have not released the latest software package yet for the 2023 tax year. Okay, so again, employers have up until the end of February to provide you with all the documents that are required, such as your T4 or your T2202. And because of that, a lot of, and sorry, I'm going to mention another point as well. CRA has not opened the NetFile program, and it doesn't open until, as you can see here, Monday, February 19th. So a lot of software packages have not released the 2023 offering yet. So if you go back and check in this area in the next few days, you should be able to see some options for you. Some good ones that I've heard about in the past would be, well, Simple Tax. I've heard Studio Tax, definitely TurboTax. I've heard TurboTax is actually also owned by Intuit. If you can see here, Intuit Canada, and Profile is actually owned by Intuit as well. The two software packages are extremely different. TurboTax is a lot more user-friendly, whereas Profile has been designed for more of an accounting or a tax expert. All right, so hopefully this has helped. Let me know if you have any questions. But again, feel free to search around and have a look and see what you can find online that will help you to complete your tax returns Or maybe you are interested in helping some friends or family members this year. If you have any questions, please let me know.